What's going on, guys? Grady here at Grady's Gear, and today I got a review for you on something pretty cool. This is the Liong Mah Design Zulu, and this was sent to me by Liong Mah himself. A few weeks ago, he reached out to me and DM'd me on Instagram, and he had watched my review on this guy, his Field Duty EDC. And he really liked the review I did. So he reached out to me and we got to talking, and he was like, if you ever need anything, just let me know. So last week I hit him up and was like, hey man, I am actually interested in checking out another one of your models. And I was wondering if you would like to send it to me and let me review it, and then I can send it back to you. And he said, of course. And it's pretty cool because we both live in Florida. He's about 2 hours away from me. So he sent it right over. I got it 2 days later, and I've had it now for a couple days. And I've been carrying it and using it, and I feel like I got a great feel for it now, and I'm ready to do my review on it. So let's get into the materials and the overall design real quick. So you got titanium handles. You got a micarta inlay, M390 blade steel on this guy. This is based upon the traditional pattern Zulu, which, if you guys don't know about me, you might have found out on the last On the Edge live stream. I am a huge modern traditional guy. I like slip joint knives. I've had an infatuation with them since I was a kid. That's how I got into knives. My grandfather passed away when I was 3 years old, and he actually was a knife collector, and pretty much 95% of his collection was slip joints. And over the years, when I was a kid, my grandmother would give me some of his knives, and then over the years I just accumulated all of them, and that's really what sparked my interest in knives in general. So it's something very near and dear to me, and I haven't really done any traditional knives on my channel yet, just because I've really been focusing on all the modern folders out there. There's a lot of new stuff coming out that I've been excited about, and I just kind of put that on the back burner. But when I seen this, I wanted to try it because I think it's the perfect fusion of modern, that old school look meets traditional. And when I seen it, I was like, man, I want to try that. So huge shout out to Liong Mah for sending this out to me. He was a very nice dude. From when I interacted with him, he's a very nice guy, and he told me when I was done with this review, if I wanted to send it to some other YouTubers, I could. And I'm sending it to, of course, Kyle and Kevin to check out and get their opinion on it. So, because they're huge Liong Mah fans, they were the ones who insisted that I try the Field Duty EDC, and it's my current favorite knife in my collection. So, definitely glad they got me hooked on that. So, let's get into this real quick. Like I mentioned before, titanium handles, a micarta inlay. This is the OD green micarta, but it also comes in natural brown micarta and black micarta, or you can get this in a really badass carbon fiber inlay on here. Again, M390 blade steel with this hollow grind that comes down pretty thin behind the edges, nice and slicey blade on here. M390 blade steel. It is on bearings, and it is pretty smooth. It's shake shut smooth, but it is smooth. The action is pretty good. So let's start off with some size comparisons, and I'll go back to the action of the knife. I'm not a specs guy, guys. I don't do specs. I find them boring. You can look on the website if you want to check those out, which I will leave a link to Liong Mah's website in the description below. So let's do some size comparisons real quick. Let's bring out the knife I just showed you, the Field Duty EDC. As you can see, they're very similar in size, and this ceramic ball on the pocket clip keeps making this thing want to roll back. So yeah, you see they're similar in size. Let's do the Demko knives, 80 20.5. Very similar in size to that as well. Let's take this out, and let's do the Quiet Carry Drift. Quiet Carry Drift is a little bit shorter and just smaller and overall. Let's do the Berg Blades Iron Pup, which I'm about to be filming my review on. A little bit smaller. Let's move this out. Let's do a knife that probably everybody has in their collection. Benchmade Bug Out. Pretty much identical in overall length. And pretty close in blade shape. You do get a little bit more, it looks like you get a little bit more cutting edge out of the Bug Out. So there's that. And I got two modern traditionals to show just to give you guys a size reference. Here it is next to the Lion Steel Dom, which is a Barlow style pattern. As you can see, the Zulu is considerably larger than the Lion Steel Dom. And one that'll probably be closer to size. This is a new acquisition for me. The Pina Knives Bronco with the micarta inlay. So you can see it's pretty, this is a pretty large slip joint. Okay. That's it for size comparisons. Okay. So let's close her up and walk around her real quick. Let's check out the blade centering. The blade centering is dead nuts on this, guys. It does have the ceramic ball pocket clip. This is a very simple pocket clip. It's kind of plain, but it's true deep carry. It's going to carry extremely deep in the pocket, and it functions fantastic. The retention is great. I have no worries about this coming out of my pocket, and it carries fantastic. As you can see, the micarta has taken oils and taken a patina on it from me handling the knife, which is kind of cool. Create some character. You got his custom pivot right here, which is really cool. You have jimping right here on the flipper tab. It's not too aggressive, but it bites enough to give you grip. You do have jimping on the blade. You do have a stainless steel insert on the lock bar. So let's flip it. It flips great. Ergonomically, this fits perfect in my hands. I wear large size gloves, guys. I get a full 4-finger grip on this thing. My thumb lands exactly where the jimping is. And guys, I've said this before, I'm not the biggest fan of jimping. I'd rather not have it than have it. But if I do have it, I don't want it to be too aggressive, and this is the perfect amount. It's not too aggressive to where it's going to tear up your thumb. It works just fine. It grips me enough to where I get a good purchase on the knife. You have this generous finger choil right here, which is good for sharpening. I can get my finger in here just fine and choke up, which makes for an excellent hold on this thing. Get a lot of control. Now, if you got some big old paws, like I know, because I'm going to be sending this to Kyle, I don't think his finger's going to be able to fit in there. So if you got some big old hands on you, I don't know if that'll work for you. I almost just cut myself. Scared the shit out of myself. Anyways, you have a titanium back spacer. As you can see, it goes, there's nothing here that's open. Action when it drops shut, that flipper tab hits you. It's a shake shutter, but that could just be me putting pressure on the lock bar. Here's another cool thing about like modern traditionals, just this little touch that I think is really cool. It's got a nail nick right here, so I could pinch grip it and open it old school if I wanted to. I just think that's really cool. Not that I would use it like that, but I like the fact that it's there. I like that nod to you know, the old school traditional patterns. A lot of companies have done the Zulu pattern. I know Ping has done it. I know JE Made Knives has done it. It's been done a lot in slip joint knives, but I was interested in this because it's actually a flipper. Now, getting to the detent on this thing, I can get this thing to fail. See, if I want it to fail, I can. I feel like the detent is actually really good. Now, if I just flip it, works just fine, right? But if I want it to fail, it can. I feel like the detent could be just a titch stronger, but that's not a deal breaker. And guys, if you're wondering what the price is on this guy, It is Riot made. And like I've said before, I love Riot made knives. I think, personally, this is my opinion, I think Leon does a great job with his designs, and it kind of pushes, Riot to the quality that it's at. This is $440, but you can find it at like River's Edge Cutlery and stuff like that for around $415. The one thing that I do like about it is on some knives, when they have different variations like micarta or carbon fiber, there's some price differences. For me, it seems like every time carbon fiber is just a little bit more expensive. But on these, the micarta and the carbon fiber are the same exact price. So that's something I really like. The overall weight on it, it's heavier than the Field Duty EDC. It feels heavier than the Field Duty. This feels lighter than this does. See if you guys can see in there. There is no really internal milling in the titanium, and that adds a little bit of weight. But it's not like I feel like it's cumbersome in the pocket at all. This carries so well. I love that. It carries very well. The feel to this, that heavy feel, it makes it feel premium to me. This feels definitely like I have a premium knife. I love the geometry of the blade here. This is just going to be a great slicer, good piercer. Not too bad on the blade stock. And the cool thing about the Zulu pattern is how it tapers down a little bit below the middle right here. I love that, and that swedge right there just looks beautiful. As you can see, you got his logo right here. I do like the fact that he does minimal branding on his knives. I'm not a huge fan of billboarding on knives. And then you can see where it says M390 on the blade steel. I am not the biggest fan of flipper-only knives, but I like this enough where I wanted to try it. And I've handled some really good flipper-only knives, like the Holt Haptic I tried. That was awesome. I had a Shear Groff on the channel that I tried. That thing was awesome, and to me, this is no exception. This is great. Now, I can get it to drop if I move my finger away from that flipper tab and then just go like that, and it drops. This is not a pocket pecker. I like how it's a minimum flipper tab. It's not overly huge, just enough for me to get my finger on it and flick. It is, I guess you would call this like a bolster lock, but to me it's just a frame lock. So this may not be the best thing for lefties. So Kevin may not enjoy this as much because when he flips it, he might be putting pressure on that lock bar. I only have 2 screws right here and then the pivot screw. So that's good. You do have a lanyard post back here for all you lanyard fans. Overall, guys, I'm very impressed with this. I love the finish, the fit, feel. Everything's chamfered. And the backspacer kind of swells out a little bit past the titanium slabs here. So when this is in my hand, this feels extremely comfortable. I have no hot spots whatsoever. Choked up. Hammer grip, saber grip. Let's try to reverse grip. No hot spots whatsoever. I have become the biggest fan of this ceramic ball for the pocket clip. It works so well. To me, the pocket clip, yes, it's plain looking to me, but it's super functional. All the materials that I like, M390, blade steel, titanium. If you guys are a modern traditionalist fan like I am, I think this will be right up your alley, and I don't think that you'll be disappointed. I just think the fit and finish on this is exceptional. Riot quality and Liong Mah's design elements, just all the little details. To me, it's a home run. I've been really enjoying this. He did message me last night and was asking me if I could finger flick it with the nail nick right here, and I cannot get in there. My fingers are too fat. I can't get enough. And I don't know, it might be me putting pressure on that lock bar, but I can't do it. And I cannot get that with my thumb either. I can't get enough leverage to get it out. I can only use the flipper or do it old school in pinch grip and open it that way. Not the biggest deal. See, look, I think that. Boom. Very smooth. Not the biggest deal, but something I just want to mention because I know a lot of guys, that's the first thing we're going to do is see if they can spotty flick it. I can't. Your mileage may vary, but I can't. Overall, to me, just a fantastic design. I think this is awesome. I think you guys are going to enjoy it if you pick one up. And I had a guy on the Shadow Rangers group message me because I put a picture of this. I was carrying it the other day and I put a picture of this, and he has one, and he said he uses the shit out of his, and he said it's held up wonderfully and he didn't regret the purchase. So that's something cool. That's something positive that somebody actually has one and uses it. Because I'm not a hard user, guys. The most that my knives get used for is opening up boxes to open up more knives. So I'm just trying to be honest. But he used the crap out of his, and he said it's held up great. So yeah, guys, overall, if you're looking for a, in my opinion, perfect fusion of modern meets traditional, check out his Liong Mah's designs on his website. That's how I came across this. And if you're interested in check it out, tell him that Grady sent you. I think this is a home run. I think it's just another great design. And this isn't a new design either. This thing came out in, like, I believe 2019, maybe 2020. So it's not a new design, but he still has them. And that fit and finish, man. I cannot get over that. But yeah, guys, this is my full review of the Liong Mah Zulu. I think it's a fantastic offering. Like I said, I kind of geek out on this kind of stuff. This is more up my alley with the modern traditionals, stuff that I like. So if you're like me and you like that kind of stuff, I just want to bring that to your attention. But yeah, guys, this is my review of the Liong Mah Zulu. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informational, and I try to put in some size comparisons in there for you guys to get a good size reference. So I hope you found that beneficial. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.